Welcome to Time Warner Cable's Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. We are joined by Dennis Zine, member of the Los Angeles City Council, also a candidate for controller of the city. That election will be held on May 21st. Congratulations on advancing to the runoff.
Thank you.
I want to speak with you about, though, another ballot measure that was on the March ballot when you advanced, and that's Measure A. That would have increased sales tax on Angelenos by a half cent. In November, Angelenos voted yes, 60% on Prop 30. In March, 45%. What happened?
They were very smart. That's what happened.
But why? I mean, why was Prop 30 good to Angelenos and yet Measure A not?
I don't believe, number one, I was against Measure A, and I was very vocal about my opposition. We don't need to increase our sales tax to 9.5%.
Right.
We don't need to do that. And after it was all said and done, it failed, and I'm glad it failed. But what happens is we lose the public trust. When we make a threat, you're going to lose 500 police officers.
Right.
The city's going to crumble. When in fact, after it failed, because of a report that our controller Wendy Gruhl published, showing that because of property values increasing
Right.
and the documentary transfer tax increasing, we are now over $90 million ahead of this fiscal year what we thought we would be.
But how is it that the voters in a mere 5 months made that distinction?
I think what they realized is we can't keep going back to the voters and ask for more and more and more. And that's unfortunately what government seems to do, is let's increase the taxes, let's increase the fees, and let's not scale back. Government needs to scale back just like everyone else has scaled back.
At the same time, we still face deficit.
Well, we have a deficit. Our deficit was $2 billion, down to $200 million. Now it's less than $100 million. So our deficit for this fiscal year is manageable. We have a 5% reserve fund. We're not going bankrupt. We are modifying the pension system for our civilian employees starting July 1st. We've already modified the pension system for our police and fire. So our civilian employees, police and fire, we're making these changes to keep the city moving forward in a positive fashion. Last year, we had more tourists in Los Angeles than any time in history. That brings additional revenue. So what we find is our revenues are increasing. We know the business climate's increasing, but the fact of the matter is we did not need to increase our sales tax a half cent, which would have hurt business, would have hurt the consumer. And I'm glad the voters voted no, because I was one of the advocates saying we don't need to have this sales tax increase to 9.5%.
Well, what about the business climate generally? I know that the city council, the mayor, has been kind of falling over themselves, trying to become more business friendly, focused on Hollywood specifically. But what about generally trying to maintain our business base here?
Well, we are doing that. We had a recommendation, which we approved unanimous, that we would eliminate the gross receipts tax for car dealers. We went from 150 down to 50 car dealers based here in the city of Los Angeles. We want to bring them back. Car dealers bring in a lot of revenue.
But by eliminating the gross sales tax, then we have less revenue, then we have deficits.
Well, what
or
we happen,
not.
we bring more car dealers, we sell more cars, we get more money.
Sales tax.
Or sales
but
tax,
not the
absolutely.
Gross receipts.
But what we're doing is we're looking, and we have a committee, and I'm part of the committee, looking at the gross receipts tax, looking at the sales tax, looking at how we can help business, how we can have business thrive better, hire more people, make more money, spend more money without incurring additional taxes from the city.
In our final moments, you've been on the city council for 12 years.
Yes.
Let's look back. Of what are you most proud?
I'm most proud of the accomplishments. I'm most proud of the last 2 years. The voters have said that I am the best elected official, Daily News Reader's Choice Award.
Yes.
I'm very proud of the fact that we have 2 new police stations, 4 new libraries, a fire station, new pools, new rec centers, new synthetic soccer fields. I'm very proud of the street paving we're doing, the sidewalk repair, the tree trimming. I'm proud that my office has maintained every single year. We have gone less than 10% below budget.
I got it.
Up below budget, putting that money back in the community. Zine for controller, Zine for controller.
His name is Dennis Zine, running for
you.
controller. I'm
Thank
Brad
you.
Pomerance. This is Time Warner Cable's Local Edition.